Right, I'm recorded this very small part at the end of the other quite rambly part. I just want to point out that I've had like 2 hours of sleep, so it might sound tired because I am tired. Anyways, thank you. Back to the recording. Hey guys, some of you may have heard what's going on with the channel, some of you may not. I have been whinging and whining about it for the last 12 hours since it happened. But, for those that don't know, the channel has been completely demonetized. I've been removed from the partner program. YouTube thinks that I reuse content, like a TTS channel or a Clips channel, that I just keep posting the same content over and over. And you guys are just stupid enough to keep watching it, over and over. I have appealed this, so they have done a manual review, and the manual reviewer has the same thing to say. They reckon that my content is reuse. They don't tell me how my content is reuse, or what part of my content is reuse, or any details other than I need to check the policies, make fixes, and reapply. Which is completely vague. Which doesn't help me in any way, seeing as, in my opinion, and in the opinion of everybody I've spoken to, my content doesn't fall under reuse. Every story is unique, and to my knowledge, I haven't even read the same story twice. At all. Ever. Maybe once I've done that, by mistake. Every story, over 2,000 stories, are unique. This channel has over 2,000 videos, 2 million hours of watch time, and 12 million views. And they couldn't be bothered to give me any information about how to correct this problem. I'm willing to correct this problem, but they can't tell me what the problem is. Now, I don't know whether this means I have to delete all my previous content. Because this leaves the question of, I don't know what I've done wrong, so I'm probably going to do it wrong in the future. If I keep doing what I'm doing, which broke the rules and got my channel demonetized, then I'm going to do that in the future because I don't know what it is. And they won't tell me. And that is possibly the most annoying problem with this. Is they won't give me specific examples. They won't tell me specifically what is wrong. They keep telling me to read the policy. The same policy that I've read numerous times, and the only thing I think of is maybe it's the intro. But in that exact same policy, they say that intros are allowed. So I don't know. I really don't know. I am fighting this, but this is my living. This channel pays my bills. It feeds me. It puts a roof over my head. It's a good job. I enjoy doing it. And it pays decently. It pays well. I have been able to look after my family with what this channel has done. And of course with the patrons and channel members. The people who get the worst out of this deal are the channel members. People who have paid for content, who now can't get that content because of no fault of their own and no fault of my own. If you are a channel member and you wish to continue supporting the creation of content, I recommend that you move over to Patreon. If you're worried that there is no early access on Patreon, there is early access. It is currently audio only, but if that is a big issue, I can make sure to include video. It is a bit more of a pain, but I will do it. I also earn a bit more of a cut rather than through YouTube, so if you have the means and the inclination to move your channel membership over to Patreon, I would very much appreciate that. Also, there is a podcast version of my narrations. Everything I've done on the YouTube channel has been loaded up into the podcast channel. It should be on Spotify, it should be on iTunes, it should be on all pod websites and apps. I use Podbean as my host, and they push it out to all those apps. Currently, the podcast is not monetized, for no other reason than it doesn't get enough views to be monetized. Every episode needs to get, as far as I can understand it, at least 1,000 views, on average, before they start advertising. This is based more on the advertisers rather than Podbean. It has never been monetized, it has always been out of my pocket, but there is that, if you choose to use that. All my content is also backed up onto Odyssey, has been for a long time, so there is that option if you should choose to go that way. But the monetization on that end is very vague, and I'm not exactly sure how it works. It is based in cryptocurrency, and I'm not sure how I get paid out for it. It would be something I'd have to investigate fully to understand. I should financially be okay for this month, for November and December. This has not affected my AdSense account, just the channel specifically, so I should still get my payout for this month, which will help push me through to next month. It gives me some time to get the channel sorted, but anything that's generated in the meantime, because apparently there is still ads being run on my content, is not going to be sent to me when this is sorted out. That is just going straight to YouTube, so I'm losing money from now on until I can get this sorted out. Manual review says that I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what. I'm trying to find out what, but I'm a small creator in the grand scheme of things, so they're not getting back to me. They're not being helpful in any way. This leads us to, where do we go from here? Because I don't know what is wrong with the content to cause this problem, continuing to create more content using the same formula as before is just going to lead to the same problem. Because I was thinking, I've got the second channel, I already have 1,000 subscribers, I just need some watch time, and then I can get monetized on the second channel. But I'll run into the same problem of reused content if I'm just following the same formula. But that I don't know what is wrong with it. The other option is using the second channel to get monetized and doing live reads, live streams. That is also an option. And then I can take the clips from those live reads and upload it onto the podcast website and to Odyssey, just to keep things rounded. I could also move to Twitch, do the same sort of thing, but that would be having to create a whole new audience again, which is what I'm going to have to do with the second channel as well. But Twitch has if you get partnered with them, they have an exclusivity clause, so I'd have to wait several days before I can upload clips or the VODs onto YouTube for the YouTube people to enjoy. The live experience would obviously be very different from the pre-recorded experience. And I'd have to balance out what times I do. We won't get multiple videos a day, it'll be one stream a day. So there is that to consider. If you guys have any ideas of any other avenues I can take, I would be more than willing to listen. It would be awesome if I could get the podcast monetized and the second channel monetized, but those are going to take time. None of these things are going to happen overnight. So if you can, head over to the second channel and subscribe. There's 2 podcasts there that I did with my wife. If possible, throw them a watch so that I can get watch time and then hopefully get that channel monetized. If not for content now, then as a backup content for future. Also, if you can please find the podcast on your favorite podcast app and listen to some content every day and subscribe to that. That would be completely awesome. And if you're a channel member, I just humbly ask that you move over to Patreon rather than YouTube channel membership. You get all the same benefits regardless of where you are. I, however, earn a little bit more from Patreon because they take less of a cut than YouTube. Don't know whether that matters to you, but, well, at this point I get 0 from YouTube, so anything is better than that. 100% of nothing is still nothing. But Patreon is still going. I'm going to continue fighting this until I can't fight it anymore. This has been my job for 3 years, and it's been a good job. I've enjoyed it very much. I've put in hundreds, if not thousands of hours into this channel, working my arse off to get to where I am and to entertain you guys. That's always been, well, secondary. This is a job, and very close behind that is entertaining you guys. So thank you for your support so far. We'll try figure this out and make it through this. I'm seriously not going to go anywhere if I can help it, but the powers that be deem me not good content, then I'll have to figure something out. Thank you again for your support, and I'll let you know how things go.